And you know, I hadn't heard your voice. We're talking about voices here. I haven't heard your voice for quite a while, because I've been off the air, you know, for, well, you know, when I moved, you got the transmitter, the old brown dog, you got that transmitter off me. I was moving that, you know, that's about 4 years ago. And I got away from ham radio. I wasn't listening to voices and anything. And when you came in front of me with your big mustache and hat on and coveralls, and you didn't look anything like the old Jamie. And of course I didn't recognize your voice either, because I've been away for, you know, quite a while there. And I was amazed. You talk about people, voices there, people recognize voices. Paul down there in Maryland, VJB, I got on and he was on there, and I said 2 words. And, you know, like I said, I hadn't been on the radio for a long time. And I said 2 words. And he said, "That sounds like Wayne." I couldn't believe it. Holy crap. K2VJ. And WA2CYT. WA1SSJ. Over to you, Jamie.
K1GUP. Oh boy, that is a familiar call. K1GUP. Oh, there's my wife. Hold on one second. Hey honey, the walkie-talkies are beeping. I'll be right up in a second, okay? Okay. I'm talking to Wayne, and I just had some questions I wanted to ask him. I'll be with you in a second. The wind is whipping out there, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I just wanted to let you know you got okay.
Okay, thank you, honey. I'll talk to you in a bit. Sorry, guys. That was Shelly on the walkie-talkie. Wayne, boy, yeah, it was wonderful seeing you at, I don't know what to call that ham fest, but, you know, at the ham fest. And you have not changed. You know, I've known you since the 90s, and, oh, there goes, I don't know what that's about, but anyways, you have just looked just as great as you always did, you know, just as healthy, and, you know, you just kind of look the same to me. Wayne, I wanted to ask you a question. So up on the property, and yes, I'm building a house up there, but I have to do things kind of backwards. I'm building my work building first. I'm not building it. It's already built. It's waiting at the company. It's a prefab. It's a 24 by 26 two-stall garage, which I'm going to turn into a workshop. I'm not going to park anything in that. That's my work building, because that'll keep me home. Finally, I don't have to rent space in Syracuse and not be 180 miles from home all week long. So I'm only going to be 10 miles away now. And then from there, I build the house. Yeah, I know it seems kind of backwards to do that, but there's tactical reasons I'm doing that. So I want to put a wood stove in there. And when I was at your old house, you had these nice metal pieces. If I recall, there was one behind, one on the ceiling, and one, the stove was resting on one. And traditionally, I would get that. I forgot what that board is called. You know, it's like a fireproof board as the backing. But I liked that metal better. It looked really, really nice. And knowing you probably made it yourself. But can I get that anywhere? And is there a name for it? Forgive my ignorance. I think that's a great idea with all the heating inertia. And yeah, that was a great thing that you had there, but you probably made that yourself. And when next time around too, mention to me how Al is doing. Boy, I miss him. He was a smart guy, you know. I had a lot of really great conversations with him. Of course, now he's not on the air. And real quick on the IC718, boy, that thing sounds fantastic. What a great job. Boy, you're a better man than I had to work. I had an IC 735 when I started going crazy for 630 meters. Yeah, I was working on that thing, and oh man, you know, it's circuit board and wire lasagna. You know, and then it was one of those situations like I'm sure you're in it too. I've got to have the thing operating while I'm, you know, testing and getting it ready for that lower frequency. And you know, so it's on the side, and you know, you've got all the interconnecting harnesses going between the boards, and it's like this accordion that's kind of, you know, opened up on its side. Oh man, what a nightmare! I dreamt it, so that works, and you know, it was great, okay, fine. But then I really wanted to run some power on 630 because you have to even get up to the 5 watts EIRP. So I bought a TS590SG. It's got line. It's all ready to go on 2200 and 630. So line level out, and you just, you know, run it into a preamp and then into an amplifier. So a bunch of questions, a bunch of comments there for you, Wayne. I haven't talked to you in a long time, and I was really interested in what that setup you had with the wood stove downstairs in your old house. So K1GUP, so sorry, I had been built up. I hadn't had a chance to talk to Wayne since the Hamfest, and I forgot to ask him about that. So to you, my friend, and I don't think it's K1, I think it's W1GUP. Go ahead, this is N2VJ.
Who do I turn it to?
I'm so sorry, turn it to Dirk.
Okay, yes, just K1GUP. Yep, well, good afternoon, everybody. Hi, Wayne, and you guys. Well, I'm remiss. I have not been getting on 40 in the afternoons here. I was on a few days ago with a couple of the guys up this way. I'm up here near Bangor, and it's Jerry, Jerry, Jerry. Well, I just listened on the rice box first. Pardon me. I came into the shack to do some stuff. When I heard you, well, who was it? Jamie, I guess it was you, asking about Mike, WA1SSJ. And I do have his email address. Do you? Go ahead.
Yeah, sir, I sure do. You know, at give it that shortwave, you know, that one there. That's the one I use. Over.
That's the one I have. Well, I haven't talked to him for a couple of months. I have for 15 years, I run a 2-meter weak signal thing on sideband, but I haven't been doing it the last couple of months because of I need some new hard line and stuff like that. So I was doing it in the spring. So he's on there a lot. So I don't know. He's always answered that email for me. I don't know what else to say, but that's the main reason I fired up this Ranger and this station here, so I can get on and be sure you had that email. Maybe he's changed it, because I don't know. I haven't heard any news that he's not well, but he's way out in the willywags, even further east than I am out there in Prentice, so he's way off the beaten path. I don't know. Anyway, I will ask around, see if I can find out anything here. That's all I can. That's all I can say. I'd like to know myself if he's not. If he sort of dropped out of sight with you guys on 630. I know he's been talking a lot about that over the last couple of years, anyway. Pardon me. I lost track of who's in here. I know Wayne is in here. I haven't seen him for quite a while. And that's the gang. Running a modified Ranger, driving a Heathcote Warrior. It's not hitting it too hard. About 175, 200 watts output. 75 A2 and a 2-element Yagi at 80 feet. So I guess Dirk gets it. I hope I'm not screwing it up here. Over to you, K1GUP.